think it's just to keep staying positive. We've got stroke makers in the group and we want them to keep expressing themselves. And I think that's been one of the strengths over the 3 test matches we've played so far in the subcontinent is still trying to score. I think if we sit there and try and defend for 2 days, we're not going to have much success. We're not going to go anywhere in the game, but we can certainly look to learn a lot about ourselves by looking at score. I think Dan Lawrence was fantastic to the way he played this evening was exactly how he wants to play cricket and how he can contribute to this team. So it was good to see him go and do that. Of course, I think Ashwin and Kohli were fantastic. Kohli, right from the first innings where, maybe his feet were not as, I suppose they were probably a touch lazy compared to they were in the second innings. I thought he was fantastic. The way he got down to the ball, the way he got across the stumps, the way he forced us to bowl to areas that he wanted us to bowl into. And we need to take heed from that, especially with the way Ashwin came out and swept early, got the field he wanted, and then was able to manipulate the lengths from there. They're in a really strong position, there's no doubt about that, but we're going to have to work really hard to try and grapple some of that back. Of course, there's positives all throughout any game of cricket, and it doesn't matter whether you're on the winning side or not. I think the fantastic thing is Mo Ali's bowled 60 overs in a test match and taken 8 wickets and probably should have had 9 or 10. Jack Leach has continued his improvements. Folksy comes back in his first game for a long time, impresses with bat and ball so far. So there's still lots to do, but there's match winners in this group. We've seen that before. I'm not about to say that we're 100% going to win this game, but what I am going to say is we'll shake a stick at it. Well, look, let's be honest. I would have been disappointed if it was given not out. It looked like, to be fair, live it looked like it may have hit him outside the line, but then you watch the replay and it was pretty close. And umpire's call is close enough, isn't it? Well, they certainly had a big impact this morning. Maybe the ball was newer, maybe it was harder. The impact this morning was fantastic, and they almost set up the game to really go away. Then a couple of half chances didn't go away. Did the ball get soft? Possibly. But I'm not disappointed. I think they put in a hell of an effort, 60 overs each. They had 1 session off in 3 days. And that's not how you win test matches, Simon. So I think for them, they'll be tired tonight, they'll be tired tomorrow, but we should take a lot of positives and confidence out of that. Well, obviously consistency is always going to be that one that every spinner would strive for, but for me it's plans around how we're going to play the game in the subcontinent, how the subcontinent players will play us. So I've asked them to bowl really straight at times, and when the wicket allows it to go wider. But for me, it's just trying to get, as much as take wickets, it's how we're going to control the rate. They put us under pressure a lot of the time. They try to hit boundaries. They recognised that from that first game, that we were happy to go at 2s, 3s and over, knowing there'd be opportunities at times. And I think of this game here, in this test match, they put us on the back foot early doors, and they've paid some rewards for it. Look, I mean, when you're striving to hit the foot marks like they are, with lots of spin on it, there's going to be variation in lengths. That's fine, that's understandable. And like I said, they have bowled a lot of overs recently. It's taken a toll on them. I'm not saying that's an excuse. That is just part of the reason as to what the inconsistencies are about. That's the reason probably why we left Don Best out, didn't we? Because he's had a high workload, and he looked tired at the back end of that test match with the 3-day turnaround. It was better off for him to take time out of the game and then come back for that third test, hopefully in Ahmedabad. I think everyone knows when you come to the subcontinent, the pitch is going to spin. The first test in Sri Lanka, the ball spun from ball 1. So I think we understand it all as a playing group. Maybe it's an educational thing for someone outside the group, but you're in the subcontinent, wickets spin. They don't seam around as much. The ball gets soft quicker. It doesn't swing as much, so there has to be something in the wicket. This one, has it accelerated a bit quickly? Probably so, but that is also playing in the subcontinent, just like when teams come to England or go to other places in the world where it seams around for too longer periods or the overheads affect the wicket. It's just cricket in different parts of the world. Look, to be honest with you, mate, I'd love to be able to answer that question, but I can't. I'm not privy to that information, to be honest with you. Once this test match is over, I'm sure I'll know. I think we'll all know what the situation is. Oh, mate, I'm stoked for him. I'm just gutted for him that he didn't get a fifer, really. He probably deserved it, if not 2. Probably deserved 10 in the match. I think he bowled well enough. He bowled enough good balls to be able to get that, but it just didn't quite work out for him. And look, I'm sure he'll be very pleased with that on his comeback test match to be able 60 overs to contribute like he has. The one thing he's probably got left now is another contribution with the bat. Look, I don't know how you quantify it, mate. You see it like I see it. I think they're amazing deliveries. They shape away from the right-handed bat. They dip, they hit the wicket hard, and they spin big. So I don't know what more people would want. Look, as you said, it's his first game back. He's had 2 weeks of intense training. Does that prepare you to play Test cricket in India? Well, maybe yes, maybe no. I think his rewards show that he's close enough, that he's good enough. Look, it's not for me to comment on it, really, to be honest with you, Dino. It's the way they play cricket here. He revs up the crowd, he gets really involved, and it's probably one of his strengths. He needs to be, I feel he plays at his best when he's passionate and he's excited about what's happening and he's got his influence, whether it's, when I say influence, I think immense excitement and passion for the game. And he showed that again today. And, he scored what was a pretty a game-changing innings, really, him and Ashwin, and he needs those sort of things to stay up. And that's just the way Virat Kohli plays, and he does it very well. To be honest with you, mate, that's not for me to get involved in. That's match referees or whoever, or people who watch the game or whatever. They can make their decision on that. That's just, for me, that's the way he plays his cricket. That's the way he gets the best out of himself. It's the way he gets the best out of the crowd, and his teammates follow him with it. So look, that's India at their best in India. It's cool. It's cool to see, mate. It's cool to watch that he cares, and it's cool for me. I've played cricket when I played. It was years ago now. I was passionate as well. So I needed that, and I can see why he does it, because it gets him up, it gets him going.